Today we're going to go over the big three exercises from Dr. Stuart McGill. These exercises have been developed to help keep our spine safe and prepare ourselves for daily use. So the first thing we learn is how to step down, which is stepping forward into a forward lunge, stepping the feet together, slide the hands down the thigh, and walk those hands out into a flat back. Next thing we do is learn what our flat back actually is through a nice deep inhale, rounding the back up, letting our body arch as far down forward, and then pressing firmly through the arms, separating those shoulder blades and finding that nice round arch. The next exercise we learn is our Supermans, or the bird dog. So for this one, it's a flat back with one arm or opposite arm and leg extension. We hold everything for 10 seconds. So you're going to see me here go through a full minute of these exercises. Make sure that that back heel is pressed firmly to the wall. You're reaching that front arm, and we're trying to keep the arm beside the ear. We're also pressing through the bottom arm to lift through the shoulder blades. Common mistakes that we see are just people lifting the hips. That's why I do a trace with my toes along the floor to keep my hip really level when I'm starting out this one. You'll see me do that for each of the starting two exercises. So big thing, we let our hips collapse, or we flop that hip open, or we just add too much movement. The goal here is to brace and hold steady. So here we go, another good demo, and we can add some movement in here if you are being prescribed movement, but notice that my back does not change positions very much. The next exercise we learn is the sit-up or the curl-up, the McGill curl-up. We place our hands in the lower small of our back so that our fingers can move around. For this one, I'm actually in the movement right here. I tuck my chin towards my chest and try and lift my head and tips of the shoulders off the ground. So it's a very small movement. The one thing I am making sure I'm doing is I'm not compressing that lower back space. So if I wanted to go more advanced, I would lift my elbows and do the same thing, just lifting and holding for that 10-second time period. You'll see me switch sides because it is important to do it with both legs here. So I'm exchanging the legs. Again, brace the core, lifting the head and a little bit of the shoulders, and holding for 10 seconds before lowering back down. Bracing, lifting the head. You can see me kind of playing around with the head angle, but really it has to be that nice straight back. And of course, while we're holding these positions, we're trying not to hold our breath. Last one is the side plank or the side bridge. So for this one, I'm leading with my belly button. That's why I'm doing all that mimery. I'm leading with my belly button. I'm pulling down with my elbow towards my knee here. And then as I sit back, I sit backwards with my hips first and then pull my hips forward to get into the second movement of this one, or the second rep of this one. Again, I'm trying to keep my spine nice and long. If I want to take it more advanced, I extend one leg out, but I still keep that bottom knee bracing. And this is because most times I don't see a good side bridge when we do these ones. Most people's hips are out of place. So the goal here is to create that nice long line. So same thing on the other side. Again, I'm moving my hips forward into the movement, into that side bridge. I'm anchoring down through my elbow towards my knees. I release out of the position for a second just to give myself that break, my neuroreceptive break, before lifting back up into the pose. And then if I wanted to take that one level higher, I'm extending my legs. So if you look down, you can see a long line from my head down to my hips, down to my foot. And that's really what we're looking for here. Okay, so just wanted to go over a couple stretches. So just in case we get it really tight, this one is really, if you do have some ongoing back issues, it's a lower back massage. So I'm just rocking side to side. The next stretch I'll do is for my psoas. So psoas is really important with our back health. So I'm leaning my body forward. I actually tilt my hips forward and then let my body come forward. If you saw that really slight movement there, maybe rewind it if you didn't catch it, but it's that slight angling of our hips, and then I reach up towards the sky. I take that same leg, extend it out to the side, and get a really nice deep groin stretch. Groin flexibility has been shown to be really associated with our back health. Excuse me, so doing that stretch as well. All stretches are held for 30 seconds, and of course, follow your physician's recommendations for doing any of these exercises or your qualified health professional.